Welcome back to the Mindful Living Show. I'm your host, Jeffrey Ringer. We're here in Hollywood at WCOBM Studios, and we're here with Deborah Blohm, and she's talking crystals and healing and powers of crystals. And during the break, we were just talking about how I've collected these for many years, and I've loved them. I've used them, putting them on my different chakras at different times and meditating with them. Mm-hmm. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about what you brought?
Okay. Well, it is fascinating. I have to tell you, when I actually, not only do I make jewelry, but I actually place gemstones. And if I don't know if you can see, but we have some really fabulous gemstones here. But I do place them on your body, 12 inches above your head, all the way to 12 inches below your feet. And the gemstones work with our human body, and it's very fascinating. Quartz crystal, which is silicon dioxide, has a double helix, just like our human DNA. But it actually, human DNA, the polymers point together inward in the spiral, and quartz crystal, they face the same direction, but it is the spiral. And silicon dioxide, silica, represents more than 59% of our whole Earth's crust. So you can see so if you think of sand, or which is, when you're walking on the beach, but that is it, and silica is inside of our bodies. So it's very fascinating how the gemstone quartz, and especially clear quartz, will work with our human body, and I find it fascinating. Quartz comes in many different colors. So quartz comes like this. This is an celestial scepter, which is a very fabulous.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a double termination scepter, but it's smoky quartz, and it's one of my favorite pieces. It's from Brazil. But again, that's a quartz crystal. Amethyst is a quartz crystal. We were talking about the birthstone for February is a quartz crystal. We have a Lemurian quartz, peach Lemurian quartz crystal. And these Lemurians, you can tell they have a striation on the side, but quartz contains information and amplifies a frequency. And I actually even do something really fabulous with quartz crystals to work with our human body to help get you more on purpose with your life. It's called a 22-strand DNA life activation, and it blows my mind as to what happens in this hour and a half session. But it's literally working on an etheric level, so 1 to 3 inches off of your body, and going in and activating 4 amino acids and 22 strands. And
what is the result of that?
Well, for everyone it's different, but you really, it's like it opens you up. It gets you more in touch with your higher self, and gets you on purpose, and it connects you more to the flow of abundance. And it blows my mind how these gemstones work with our body. And in fact, I will tell you, on one gem healing that I gave, and on a gem healing you're lying on a table, but with an activation you're standing and sitting. But literally in one session, sciatica just left the body. So there's something that occurs with these activations and these healings on a cellular level for humans.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
So we're having a little bit of a test of mindfulness here today. We've got fire engines and police cars out in front of here. I don't know what's going on, but it's quite interesting. But that's one of the joys of dealing in a live situation here with a window looking out at Hollywood Boulevard. Who knows what's going on? We'll find out later.
So mindfulness. So let's see
get
about
back to mindfulness. Let's get back to
gemstones
focusing on what we do here.
For mindfulness.
Yes.
Well, we were talking, for mindfulness. Well, for peace and calming, you can use something like a green fluorite, which you can
I love fluorite.
Here, go ahead and but actually, what I love is
and fluoride is also what for calming energy and for lowering stress. Is that
and connecting to spiritual endeavors. But here's a
Nice.
pyrite. So pyrite, and here again we have
This is a
that
big
perfect form. Yeah, we have a big pyrite. But I love this form. So as you can see, this was formed naturally in Mother Earth in the dodecahedron, which means you have 12 sides, 12 faces of the gemstone. So if you can imagine, and then this is another big chunk of pyrite that and this I like to keep next to my computer. I like to keep these ones because they're more for focus and clarity and structure, as you can tell. They're very structured. This one is a really cool one from China. So these are garnets growing on, it's dubite tourmaline. It's some kind of, isn't that cool?
Those are garnet?
Those are garnets.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. And what is this?
This
whole.
is I want to say stubite. I think it's a tourmaline. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
Beautiful.
It's tourmaline. Yeah.
That's really
pretty sure.
amazing
And
how
that's
it's
what I
growing
wear
on there.
too. So this necklace of mine that I created, are little tiny are tourmalines. So it's very much about protecting and grounding. And what else did?
You've got some beautiful stones here. And
Here's a meteorite.
what is?
Sorry.
And so that comes from
See how
lava?
light it
That's
is?
lava?
It's lava, yeah.
Right.
Meteorite. And I didn't
What is this
put
one?
in. Oh, this is malachite.
That's what I thought.
So again, but this one you even can put in your sacral chakra. It's very pulls out, detoxes.
I've seen it's really beautiful before it's polished, and it looks entirely different before it's polished, and then when it's all polished out like this, it's amazing how beautiful.
And you can see the rough and the concentric layers of the growth, because crystals are a living, as Nikola Tesla said, that Nikola Tesla believes that everything on this planet has a vibrancy and a frequency, an energy, which is true. And oh my goodness.
That's okay.
But Nikola Tesla believes that gemstones are a living. They have growth patterns, and it takes them millions of years. They're on a different structure than other living things. Oh, this is selenite.
Tell me about this one. I know about selenite, but why don't you tell our audience more about what selenite is?
Well, again, selenite is a very peaceful and gentle gemstone. You definitely don't want to get this one wet, but we use it as in the healing world as kind of a cleanser, or think of a special brush where you can just kind of
It just
clear
clears all
yourself.
the energy,
It
clears your
does.
aura,
It's
clears
just-
yes.
It's so fascinating, and it
Beautiful.
makes you feel good. It just gives you a nice peaceful.
And it gives you. It also doesn't it allow you to get in touch with your higher self or your higher.
It does, definitely.
Higher
And
energy as well.
And when I do a gem healing, I actually place, maybe it's not this long, but I do definitely place one on your crown chakra to infuse your system.
You have such an amazing assortment of gemstones here. It's
Some people don't realize that halite, which is table salt, is a natural forming crystal. You definitely don't want to taste this because it
taste
is.
the same.
It's arsenic, so you definitely.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it just has. It's not a healthy. You do not want to taste this, but it has a very interesting structure of formation, and it's just fascinating how this one you definitely.
I never knew that about that. I have some halite at home.
Oh, you do?
I never tried tasting it, and I won't.
Yeah, don't taste it. Don't taste it. Oh, this is another really interesting gemstone. This is called lepidolite. And lepidolite, because we were talking about arsenic, it has natural lithium in it. And so if you're looking to, de-stress and relax, sometimes I'll just put, maybe not this large, you can get a little smaller one, but you just put it right on you, and it just, as you're sitting there reading, as you're meditating, but it's just very relaxing, and it helps you relax. And if you're going through more of a stressful time,
I love it.
and anxiety, that's a very good one to have.
Wonderful. We're coming to the close of this next segment, and one thing that I'd like to mention before we get to the next segment is Deborah does a lot of things with crystals, but she also creates products with crystals, and in our next segment we'll be talking about those different products that she uses to help her with her use crystals for these products that she creates.
Oh, thank you.
So we'll be back after this.